So hello everyone. Thank you for joining. Welcome to our regular event, new current event. Really thank you for taking your time out of what is now a really busy period, coming into Christmas. So we really appreciate it. So a couple of admin points to start with. So this event will last about 30 minutes. We will take questions through the event. I think you should see the chat. So please put your questions there. We will try to answer questions over the course of the event, or we might just answer them at the end. We'll see how it goes. And this session is recorded. So if you don't want to be recorded, probably go on mute or maybe leave the session. But we record the session because we will share it with the participants after the session. So I'm here with Yaroslav. Yaroslav is the other co-founder of New Current, and he will introduce himself. And today, together with Yaroslav, we will discuss how you as a retailer can put your customer retention on autopilot. And we will explain what that is and how you can do it using your data and also a New Current platform. So one more point, this session is targeted at people who do customer retention. So we will go a bit technical, a bit detailed. So hopefully not too technical, but please stay with us and ask your questions, obviously. So let's do quick introductions. Yaroslav, do you want maybe to start with introducing yourself, please?
Yes, so as Bogdan mentioned, my name is Yaroslav, and at New Current, I am head of product. I have almost 10 years by now expertise in working with data for various marketing activities, from starting from banking to retail. Bogdan,
okay.
You want to introduce yourself a bit more?
Yeah. Thank you, Yaroslav. So I'm Bogdan. I'm a CEO of New Current. I'm a former investment banker working in London for many years. But for the last 10 years, I've been working with data and specifically applications of data to marketing and psychology. So with New Current, we've been working with retailers for almost 5 years now. And our really big mission at New Current is to make what is complex data technologies accessible to people and organizations that don't have much expertise in data. So we really want people to benefit from data, and we want to enable them to do it without expertise and kind of easily accessible. Okay, so that's introduction. So I want, before we jump into the topic, I want to talk a little bit about what is the problem that we are trying to solve in New Current. So as I said, we've been working with retailers for some time now, and obviously data technologies is not the new thing in the world. But we've seen a lot of retailers who now have a lot of data available for them, so customer and product data. So also there are quite a few tools, communication tools with customers who also available for the retailers. But retailers still have a problem. And the problems they have is really trying to understand how they can use this data to understand what customer retention issues they have, and also then based on this understanding, how to create relevant customer engagement strategies, not any customer engagement strategies, that their data is fully utilized, and that these customer engagement and communication strategies reach the best possible effect. Yeah. So that's the problem we are trying to solve. If this problem is not solved by retailers, we've seen quite a few examples where retailers just suffer from decline in revenue. And the question that retailers are trying to answer is why they're communicating with customers, and what exactly, at any point in time, what communications are best for them to use and choose. Okay, so that's the problem we are helping them to solve. Jaroslav, I think it's to you now.
Yeah, so as Bogdan, you mentioned, the typical problem that retail faces when starting to work with us is that they see some symptoms of problems with retention, right? Declining revenue or decrease in revenue from the direct communication channels. But the main problem is that they can't link these symptoms to actual issues in their customer dynamics flow. So they're not able to understand where exactly in the whole flow of customer dynamics, of customer retention, they have the most critical issues that they should target first of all.
Okay, so fine. So where we start, yeah, as Jaroslav said, we really we help retailers to understand where the problem is. So Jaroslav, maybe you can go in a bit more detail how exactly we do it.
Yeah, so we have our custom customer retention framework, which describes a typical journey a customer goes through when he is using some retailer, for example, from coming from new client to being activated, then to being active clients, and to go to churn and coming back. We automatically monitor different metrics in this customer dynamics flow, such as activation rate, churn prevention rate, or metrics such as purchase frequency or average order value. And we identify the most important issues automatically that retailers should target. So
Okay.
Next slide, Bogdan.
So I would just want to make one comment. We already kind of use a lot of this word "we." That sort of important point, which coming from our title as well, that when we say "we," it's actually platform does it. Yeah, so that's what we call autopilot. There is no human intervention as such here. No expertise required. The platform does it automatically. Okay, I'm going to the next slide. Okay, so yeah, you want to continue?
Yes. So after we detect the issues with retention metrics, we classify them in 3 different levels. So critical ones, that's the issues which require immediate attention, typically connected with dropping some metric value below the same reference period in previous year. Risk issues is typically connected with metrics growth slowdown, and opportunities which are possibilities to grow even more, but it's not really utilized currently.
Okay, and examples of those critical issues. So what could be a good example?
Yeah, if you move to next slide, we have a good example there. For example, with average order value, we could see here that it's kind of a very important metric for each retailer, and here we can see that it decreases comparing to previous year, and also the overall metrics dynamic is decreasing.
Okay, so coming back to the previous slide, so that would be classified as critical issue, yeah, because a significant decrease compared to the same months last year So it's basically the platform will tell you you have to act on this issue straight away. Yeah. An example is average order value. Okay. Okay, so we've identified a problem. So say let's big problem, average order value dropped. So what do we do? Or what the platform does, I should say, again.
Yeah. So we have a functionality that we called an experiment to create an optimal strategy to solve any retention issues. So basically, experiments allows you to do three things. First of all, to choose a required segment, then to create possible strategies that could influence this segment, and at the end, test different strategies to choose the best one. And we'll briefly describe you how it works in a couple of slides. So Bogdan, if you could move to the next slide.
Okay.
So first, what platform will help you is to choose a segment to solve a specific retention issue. We collect various data into new current platforms such as orders data, behavioral data like activities in website or mobile app, and all this data it helps platform to create the possible segments for to target for specific retention issues. For example, going back to our issue with average order value, we were able, the platform could suggest clients that previously had higher average order value, but now it's starting to decrease. The second step, platform suggests possible strategies. We have a big library of strategies, put it inside the platform, and these strategies are selected for each segment and issue and tailored specifically to the segment. Tailored by using the data about activities on the prior activities in different communication channels. For example, to choose the best channel, for example, if the client in the segment are more active email users, or maybe they're more active mobile users. It will adapt different like retention strategy values as promo code discounts, etc. In general, we have three different types of strategies. We have loyalty strategies, which are connected to your loyalty program. For example, give additional bonuses or provide some other activities connected to your loyalty program. Second one are discount ones. So they're basically connected with offering promotions, individual promotions to clients in terms of promo codes or some other mechanics. And the third one is content strategies, which are basically connected to use personalized content to engage customers and to move the behavioral metrics. For example, this could be personalized product recommendation or some personalized content recommendations.
Okay. Okay. So for me, for me, this is. I just want to make a quick comment. For me, this is really kind of key slide and key process that the platform does. But still, looking at kind of what it offers, it seems like it offers quite a lot of segments and quite a lot of strategies. So how the platform or we choose the most optimal one? So how we kind of optimize what the platform can offer. And I will go to the next slide.
So basically, to actually understand how to choose the most optimal one, first of all, let's dive deeper about how platform helps to set up this experiment. So each strategy comes with a communication scenario, which is already created by the platform for you. So you could tailor it to your needs and add the necessary creatives to launch it very fast. And Bogdan, please move to the next slide where I'll talk how we...
Again, I want to make a quick comment. So sometimes people actually often ask me, is your platform an analytics platform? Yes, it is, because it does analytics to define or determine actions, but it's also actionable or actions platform. It does create those communications which come from customer strategies, retention strategies, and it does launch them on the channel which is preferred by the customer. So it reaches customers directly. I'm going to the next slide.
And so the last step in the whole experiment flow is result analysis. So there are after our strategies are launched, after they ran for some time, we are able to collect the analytics data about this strategy performance and to apply statistical tests to all important metrics such as conversion to purchase or average order value or ROI of additional revenue, compare it with our control groups, and able to understand which strategy gives the most performance using the smallest amount of investment in terms of communications and promotional budget. And by using this, we're able to choose one or two strategies that perform best, and then use these strategies for the whole segment of retail customers to actually run it in production.
And that's
add something.
That's the key for me. So we start that with the analysis, then we identify the issue, then the platform can suggest 5, 6, 10 strategies for same amount of customer segments, but you end up with something actionable and something which is proven to work, and that's what goes into production. That's what you use. So that's really the key for me. Okay, just reminding people, if you do if you have questions, please send them over. Even if you want more detail and you want to understand something more, not necessarily now, just please raise your hand and send your question. Okay, so that's kind of how it works. So it's because it's autopilot, it's not that complicated. So I now want to talk briefly about one of the use cases we have. So in fact, that was the first retailer where we adopted that approach. The retailer is called the House of Toys. It's a leading retailer. They have 70 shops, offline shops, and a quite significant e-commerce operation. They're trying to use new technologies as well. And when we start talking with them, they had quite significant problem. So they LTV was dropping, revenue was dropping, and they used existing communication tools and tried to send messages, and revenue from direct communication was still dropping months on months. So we started talking. So they asked us to try and help them. They used our platform with our support as well. And so what they did, they basically, the platform identified, I think, 24 customer segments which they can impact. For each of the segments, there were strategies, customer engagement strategies were selected by the platform in the way Yaroslav described. So the best personalized strategies were selected for each segments. And then they targeted specific issues, their customer retention issues, using those personalized strategies. And the result was very quick. So within 2 months, they saw a completely reverse of the revenue. So they started seeing increase in revenue by up to 30% from direct communications. That led to increase in LTV, which was also increasing month on month and year on year. And then conversion rates also increased very significantly. So, and that was within 2 months. And kind of what was also very, very obvious, the reason why they didn't succeed with the previous tools they had, and some of the tools they used are very, very well known in the market, it's just they couldn't hire or retain expertise in-house. You know, they would hire data scientists, but data scientists would leave 2 months, so they were not even able to use it, to use that person effectively. So they used our platform without that data expertise to achieve these sort of results, which was great. So in terms of just a couple of examples, very simple. So what it actually almost means. Couple of examples of communications that they were sending to their customer segments. So personalized discounts of the week, which meant that those discounts were personalized for each segment. And if the segment would buy anyway, this communication would not be sent. So it was optimal and efficient as well. And then targeted offers. Again, this is obviously probably quite popular communication, but for each segment, which, as I said, there were 24 of those, they were able to send personalized products. It's the house of toys, so it's obviously toys, depending on the age of the children, depending on their preferences. And that's obviously gave them quite good results. Okay, so that's our use case. If we're also working now with department stores, marketplaces, clothing retailers, and some others. So the last thing I want to discuss, we are very often asked, okay, so what integration? So how long does it take? How complex it is? Because the platform does use a lot of data. And so obviously we need to get this data from somewhere, but the integration is actually quite quick. And the reason for that, because we are building connectors, existing connectors with existing platforms. So, and we constantly add those connectors. So where we have it, we don't need to do integration. So overall, it will take around 4 weeks, or might be less depending on the retailer, but 4 weeks will be max. We will use all data, customer data, which is available. So it's website, CRM, current CRM system, feedback from communications, also product data. We will collect it. Some data is used in real time, integrated in real time, but we will integrate data at least daily. And that allows us also to be always on top in terms of analysis of customer retention, flagging the issues, and also suggesting and testing the new strategies to fix those issues. So integration has never been a problem. Okay, so that's the end of our presentation. So it's exactly almost 30 minutes. I can't see any questions, but if you do have questions, please send them over by LinkedIn or email. And again, thank you for joining, and we really hope we'll hear from you soon. And obviously join our next events, and have a very nice and happy Christmas and holidays if you have holidays over that period. Thank you so much. Bye.